It's the morning after queer horror. And I'm so tired. I slept less than 5 hours. And I just want to go back to bed. That's all I want. I'm so tired. And it's getting cold out. We have finally gotten through the last of our 90-degree weather. And right now it's 50s. It's cold. Welcome to Friday after work. I am heading off to get a haircut. And let's hope it goes okay. Like, I already have enough anxiety because of just having social anxiety, and then you throw into the mix that, like, I'm like a queer person wanting a queer cut, which for me means I want I always want like a shorter haircut. I don't want a femme haircut. That's the bottom line, is that every time I go in, they can't accept the fact that I'm okay with like getting a boyish looking haircut. And they keep trying to like femme out the ideas that I have, and then it's just like a hot mess. And I'm like, that's not what I want. This whole article was great because it was just talking about how we all have this anxiety. All of us are queer people with short hair trying to get boyish haircuts. So far, it's been working out okay because what happened is that Dee gave me a haircut, and she gave me the kind of haircut that I wanted. Which makes sense because she is a queer person who is not afraid of like cutting a female's hair short in a boyish way. So she gave me like the outline for the hair, and then I just kept keeping up on it like every 6 to 8 weeks. And now I have failed, and it's been May, June, July, August. It's been almost 4 months. And I should have had like 2 or 3 haircuts in that time. So now my hair is like really long, and I'm back at this point where maybe they're not going to be able to get my hair back to the way that I want it. So I'm driving all the way across town to go to the place that has been giving me a decent haircut. There was this one time where I had this like older woman, and she was like really, really nice. And she gave me like the most perfect haircut that I had ever gotten in Portland, and this was before Dee cut my hair. And I was like, oh my god, I need to have her. And so I just keep going back to that place, but she's never there when I go back. So it's shocking to me, especially like coming from a woman who is older, because it seems like the older the person is, the more they don't understand how to give a queer female a short haircut. So it's about to be the weekend. And I was hoping that we could record the Buffy podcast test. None of us have watched the episode or taken notes about it yet. And so I want that to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. Dee has been listening to a lot of podcasts this week, which makes me excited because she's now falling into the podcast K-hole. And I just sent her an email with like 30 of my favorite podcasts and a description of all of them so that she can like figure out if she wants to listen to them or not. And I think the result of this is that now she wants to do like 5 different podcasts, which I am all about. The lesbian podcast is going to be a lot of work, and it's going to be stressful because it's not just like a light for fun kind of situation. It's like actually very serious, and we have to talk about it in a way that's appropriate and correct and sensitive to people in queer culture. What I mean by that is just that like we want to always make sure that we're like very inclusive with our language and that we're using the correct language, because language to describe queer people is like constantly evolving. So we're constantly using new words, different words, better words, and then certain things get outdated or like maybe become offensive to some, or maybe make you sound like you're an old gay person who is out of touch. And so I don't want any of that. Like I can think about like when I was a teenager, and there was like a lot of words we used in queer culture that were like positive for us, but like they are now not, like they're not used anymore, and they actually like, people don't like them anymore. There's a lot of like people now, I would say under the age of like 25, who are very fluid with everything, and that's the thing that they want to describe themselves as. Is like, nobody wants a label. They just want to be like fluid. They're like, I like whoever I like and I am what I am as far as my sexual orientation, and as far as my gender expression, it's, you know, I'm just fluid. Like, I've definitely never been into labels for myself. So, but I don't think that I'm like not into labels in the way that like the new youth is not into labels, because I definitely, like, that's why I've always just called myself queer, because I don't like any specific labels. Like, I just don't like it. And I don't like any like labels like when I was growing up, queer people would just be like, you know, you're either butch or you're femme, and I'm like, I'm not any of that. Like, so don't try to put that on me. Like, I remember moving to Portland and going to queer parties, and there would be like some females who were butchier, like on the butchier side. I guess they would call themselves butch, because what they would do is they would come up to me and then, like, you know, we would be talking about stuff, and then they would just casually refer to me as a butch. And I'm like, girl, I am not a butch. Like, being a butch lesbian requires a whole lot more than like having a more like masculine look about your clothes and hair. Like, butch is not just a look, it is a feeling, it is an attitude, it is a swagger that I do not have. Please do not call me butch, because that does not fit my personality at all. I definitely lean more towards the masculine side of things. But again, if I had to pick, you could just say I'm tomboyish. Alright, so I just got a haircut, and I magically got the one woman in Portland who was able to cut my hair in the way that I like it before Dee ever cut it. And she actually cut it super short on the sides, like shorter than I've ever had it before. And it's doing a whole like salt and pepper thing on the side, which is crazy. So now I'm like, do I dye my hair? Because I was going to dye my hair black. Or do I just leave it with the salt and pepper look? I don't know. But I'm like, I love it. I love what she did. It's very short. And then when I get home, I'm going to like slick it back with some mousse, so I got like that look. But I'm very, very happy about this. Now I'm going to take Frankie on a little walk. It's a cat and it's a Frankie. It's a Frankie. Can you shake? Yes, you could shake, because you learned. You learned how to shake. All right, let's go. Let's go. It looks like there's some brownies here that I really want to take, but I can't do chocolate. And here's the cat whose hind legs grow a foot every week. Welcome back to the life of Amy and Frankie. And a cat. Alright, I'm heading home from Lisa's. Oh god, my allergies. It's like, if I'm at her house for more than like 15 minutes, her cat starts to like make my allergies flare up like crazy. All I know is that I am really enjoying my haircut. And Lisa's bathroom had some really great lighting for it. Oh my god. I have turned into my Bitmoji. I mean, I was always my Bitmoji, but you guys may not have seen it 100%. Anyway, I can't stop staring in the mirror and like admiring how short the sides are, because I've never had sides this short. Like, I'm pretty much only like one step away from just completely shaving the sides. And then I want to dye like the top of my hair blue. But we'll see. We'll see how that all goes. Why, hello there. It is Saturday noon.
and I was old and lame and went to bed at like 9:30 at night last night, Friday. Woke up automatically at like 6:30 in the morning. I woke up and I still have very short hair and grays going on. I'm still debating whether or not I want to dye it or show off the gray. I think I'll probably just show off the gray for a while. Podcast update is that me and Dee are like, like I mentioned before, she wants to do like 5 different podcasts. The hope is that you can get enough donations from people to make it a really good amount of your income. With me and Dee, I know that I personally hope that, if we just keep throwing out a bunch of different podcast ideas, hopefully something will stick and like blow up enough so that we can make enough money to cover the costs of podcasting and equipment, because this costs money. You would be surprised at how much money this actually costs. And to also like to help us to supplement our income a little bit, to make it worth our time to continue to do so many podcasts, to kind of feel like we're getting paid a little bit to put out the content. So this is something that will take several months, and we'll see. Let's get high and talk about Beavis and Butthead. In the meantime, I got my condenser mic in the mail yesterday, so I'm going to open it up and see how it sounds. It costs money. Lots and lots of money. All right, we have a microphone here, and it came in this like little briefcase type thing. Look at this, amazing, except I just realized that there's no cord. So I will not have any sound until I can find a cord to plug it into my little interface thing here that I have. Because I have this little box here with like a bunch of cords in it and things that don't work. But look at that, here's an old mic. Oh my god, there's like 500 cables in here. Okay, after about 90 minutes of screwing around with my new mic, I can't make it work in the way that it needs to work for the podcast. So I have to wait for a video call with Dee. She doesn't know that we're going to do this yet because, well, the thing is that she's busy right now dealing with 500 children. So what I have discovered, well, I have a huge explosion of cables everywhere. All kinds of different cables. All kinds of different interfaces. I found this little tiny mixer. I have no idea why I have this mixer. I don't remember getting it. Everything is a blur, but I plugged it in and tested it out, and it works. So this can do a line in and a microphone in. But the gist with the new microphone here is that I made it work with my interface, and I was able to plug the interface into my laptop, and I can hear everything in my laptop perfectly. But when I hit the record button, it sounds like there's an ocean behind me. So as you can see here, the interface has all kinds of like line ins and volumes, and on the back it has all kinds of different inputs. Can't really see too well, and I'm stuck now until I can talk to Dee and find out the most effective way of plugging the interface into the computer. But aside from that, it sounds good. Like, my microphone sounds great, and I'm really excited to use it. We just have to figure this thing out, because this is not a thing that we can get around. It's like, it sounds like I am on the beach talking into this microphone, and you can hear the ocean behind me. So now, it is 2 o'clock, I am starving, and I would like to have a decaf coffee. So I'm debating going and getting a burger, because they haven't been bothering me. Dee, you have to get home! Also, yes, I could spend 500 hours just Googling the problem and try to figure it out, But I'd rather just talk to Dee because she has the exact same interface and then find out what her setup is to make it go into her laptop.
So I turn on the old laptop and it tells me that there is no audio device on this computer. So I'm like, are you kidding me? So I don't have sound. So I tried 500 different things based off of Google searches, and computer is such a hassle. I feel like I need to get a new computer, but I can't afford a new computer. I don't have money for that at all in any way. Girl, this is delicious. So doctor update, I emailed her and told her what's been going on and gave her the update. So the next step is that I need to make an appointment, and she wants to do a blood test and a stool sample test and see what's going on.
Talk about spending 6 hours on computer problems, because that was my day today. It's now 8:30 and I think I'm done. It might have even been 7 hours, but I talked to Dee and figured out my interface issue, which is that I needed to install a certain driver. I got the right driver and I was able to install the interface with the mic on my old laptop and my new laptop. And all of that works, so now the new mic is working. My condenser mic here. And it sounds good. There's no ocean sound in the background like there was earlier. The only problem is that it continues to be too low. But, you know, we can adjust certain volumes to get it to be loud, like loud enough. Anyway, the point is that it works. I still cannot hear myself because I will record much better if I can actually hear my voice through the mic in my headphones. Is that if I can't hear myself, I just start to talk really, really loud, and then my voice goes hoarse because I'm talking way too loud. I mean, you'll be able to hear me and everything. I don't know. She just doesn't want to like work on making it super loud for producer reasons that I don't understand. So I have discovered, like, who knew that there are 3 current ongoing Felicity podcasts right now? And I was like, Felicity would be fantastic. And then it turns out there's already 3 different podcasts going on right now about Felicity, which is kind of sad because I would love to do Felicity. I was completely obsessed with that show in like the early 2000s. And I believe that I recorded it every single week on VHS. And I was also in the camp of being one of the people that was like, why did she cut her hair off? Because her hair was like almost another character in the show. I think part of the issue with that at the time is that when you're watching a TV show, like they create a certain look for the character and then they don't change it. You know, like the way the character looks is the way that they're going to look forever. And they just keep it that way. And so it was really jarring for people to see this big dramatic change. I mean, it doesn't make me not like it or not like her. I mean, I still obsessively watched it and I still loved her. And I was like, you still look fine. But, you know, the hair was like another character in the show. So anyway, now I want to start watching Felicity because I see that it's on Hulu. So as I said, I was researching shows for me and Dee to do a podcast on, and I think that we have decided on doing The Mick. So there's 37 episodes of that, and so I think we're going to start doing that. And that's going to be like our little solo podcast project. Because we are both obsessed with The Mick. And I have probably watched that show like at least 3 times. I think this will be very easy for us to do because, you know, the episodes are like 20 minutes. It's a comedy. Today I would like to get a burrito. It is now time to get a Sunday burrito because it is the weekend. I really want to get another decaf coffee, but I'm going to pass on that because I already had one yesterday. I'm trying to limit it to like once a week.